salient features of domain Eukarya, and we'll be discussing the main kingdoms that are part of domain Eukarya. Domain Eukarya is one of the three major domains of the classification system. In domain Eukarya, all the organisms which have eukaryotic type of cell or body organization, they are present. Now there are four kingdoms that are part of domain Eukarya, and then these four kingdoms are namely Kingdom Protista, Kingdom Fungi, Kingdom Plantae, and Kingdom Animalia. And we'll be discussing about these, an overview of all these four kingdoms in detail. Each of the kingdom will be studied in detail in the respective video of that kingdom. But today I'm going to give you an overview of the four kingdoms that are part of domain Eukarya. Now let's take a look. What are the features of domain Eukarya? That is, what are the main attributes? All the members of domain Eukarya, they have a membrane bound nucleus, that is a eukaryotic type of cell is present in all the members of domain Eukarya. That is, they have a membrane bound nucleus and they have membrane bound organelles. For example, mitochondria, Golgi apparatus, vacuoles, endoplasmic reticulum, lysosomes, peroxisomes, these types of organelles, all the membrane bound organelles are present in a eukaryotic cell. So basically, all the members of domain Eukarya, they have a basic origin, a basic organization of eukaryotic cell with the presence of a membrane bound nucleus and membrane bound organelles. Now, coming towards the four kingdoms that are part of domain Eukarya, first of all is Kingdom Protista. Kingdom Protista includes unicellular eukaryotes. That is single cell. Unicellular means single cell. So eukaryotes that are made up of only one cell. It comprises of unicellular eukaryotes. They may be colonial. That is many cells living together, but each cell has its own identity. So they can live in colonies, making colony, or they can be filamentous. That is, cells make long threads or chains. So cells can be filamentous, or they can make colonies, or they can be simple multicellular. That is, they can have a multicellular type of organization as well, but that is very simple. So these organisms are relatively simple as compared to the organisms that are present in other kingdoms. I call it the kingdom of exclusion. That is, those organisms that do not fit under the heading of fungi or plantae or animalia, they are placed in Kingdom Protista. Either they show dual behaviors or they have ambiguous nature, so they are they are placed in Kingdom Protista. Now, the major groups of Kingdom Protista are, first of all, is Protozoa. Protozoa are animal-like protists. Now, you will see that it has three groups. Majorly, Kingdom Protista is divided into three groups: animal-like protists, plant-like protists, and fungi-like protists. So they look like plant, or either they look like animal or they look like fungi, but they do not have the basic attributes of being a fungus or a plant or an animal. So these organisms are placed in Kingdom Protista. So that is why I ask my students to learn it in a way that this is a kingdom of exclusion. That is, all the animals that do not fit into other three kingdom characteristics, they are placed in Kingdom Protista. Now, the first group is Protozoa. They are animal-like protists, so they are unicellular and they are heterotrophs. Examples include Paramecium, Amoeba, Plasmodium, and Trypanosoma. Trypanosoma is a protist, and it is responsible for causing sleeping sickness or insomnia in humans. Now comes algae. They are plant-like protists. So algae is a protist. They are plant-like protists, and they have cell wall made up of cellulose like plants, and they have chlorophyll, and they are autotrophs. So they are autotrophs. They have chlorophyll, and their cell wall is also made up of cellulose. But despite being all these characteristics, they do not fulfill all the criteria of being a plant. So algae is not a plant. It is placed in Kingdom Protista. Now comes the third group of Kingdom Protista. This is Myxomycota or Umycota. These are the two subdivisions of fungi-like protists. So fungi-like protists, that is, their body have hyphae. And they are saprophytic. Saprophytic, that is, they have absorptive mode of nutrition, and their body also has hyphae. But despite having these two characteristics of fungi, they do not fulfill all the requirements of being a fungus. That is why they are not placed in the Kingdom Fungi, and they are placed in Kingdom Protista. These include slime molds and water molds. Now, each of this group will be discussed in the lecture where we are going to discuss Kingdom Protista in detail. Today, I am giving you an overview. So, you just have to learn the basic features of each of the kingdom. Now comes Kingdom Fungi. Kingdom Fungi, today we almost know almost 100,000 species of fungi. And they are very important group of, this is a very important kingdom. They are major heterotrophs, and they are major saprophytes of this planet. That is, they are major decomposers along with bacteria. So all the debris, all the dead bodies, all the dead organic matter, or any type of organic matter that is recycled into this Earth atmosphere is due to the presence of these decomposers. And one of the biggest decomposer of this planet Earth is fungi, and the second one is bacteria. Now comes to their features. They are eukaryotic, they are heterotrophic, they may be unicellular or they may be multicellular. So now comes the main difference. Their cell wall is not made up of cellulose, their cell wall is made up of chitin, which is a polysaccharide. It is a polysaccharide made up of sugar and sugar and protein. So chitin is a very tough structure, and the exoskeleton of insects is also made up of chitin. So you can imagine the hardness of this material. The material of the insect outer body is quite hard, difficult to break. So fungi is also a very tough organism. It is very difficult to get rid of a fungal infection if you have any. So because of the strong chitin cell wall they have. Now next, that is, they are absorptive heterotrophs. Now what are absorptive heterotrophs? That is, a fungus is a heterotroph, but unlike other heterotrophs, it will uh, excrete. For example, this is a fungus and this is its surrounding. Fungus will throw its enzymes outside its body. The enzymes will be expelled out of the body, and the material, the organic material or the food, whatever it is digested or broken down into simpler substances, proteins into amino acids, fats into glycerol and fatty acids, and like that they're decomposed into simpler substances outside the body. And then these nutrients, the simplified food, the simplified nutrients, are absorbed by the fungus. So this type of mode of nutrition, heterotrophic nutrition, is called absorptive mode of nutrition, and this is the speciality of a fungus. Examples includes mushroom, rust, smut, molds. Now there are many uses of fungus. One of the biggest use I have told you now, that is, they are the biggest decomposers. Others includes they are involved in the production of beer. It's a beverage, production of bread and cheese. They have medicinal use also. The first antibiotic discovered, penicillin, is obtained from a fungus, Penicillium. Then there are two major groups of fungus, zygomycota and myxomycota. Zygomycota do not have separate hyphae. That is, their body is, the hyphae are not separate, so there is no septa. In myxomycota, and it is the more larger group than zygomycota, they have separate hyphae. The body is segmented by septa, by differences, by divisions. So these are myxomycota. Hope it is clear. Now coming to kingdom Animalia. Kingdom Animalia are eukaryotic, they are multicellular, they are heterotrophic, and they have ingestive mode of nutrition, ingestive heterotrophs. Now what are ingestive heterotrophs? That is, they take food inside their body, and then inside the body the enzymes are secreted and food is converted into simpler substances and then absorbed by the body. So the enzymes are not expelled out of the body. Instead, the food is taken inside the body and then enzymes act upon it, and then the food is digested. I mean, like us, like we take our food inside our body, it goes in our stomach, or the digestion starts from our mouth, but it's inside our body, and then in stomach, and then the enzymes are secreted on the food inside our body. Now there are various phylums of kingdom Animalia, and kingdom Animalia is a huge kingdom. It has various phylums. Then phylums have various further divisions. They have various classes, order, family, genus, and then species, and it is a very big phylum. Now the major phylums of kingdom Animalia, you should recall their name. They include kingdom Porifera, phylum Porifera, phylum Nidaria, phylum Platyhelminthes, Nematoda, Annelida, Arthropoda, these are insects, Echinodermata, and phylum Chordata. So you should remember and recall the name of these phylums, and each of the phylum will be discussed in separate lectures individually, one by one each. Now coming to the last phylum, the last kingdom of domain Eukarya, they are also eukaryotic, multicellular, autotrophic. Now comes the major difference from fungi, that is, their cell wall is made up of cellulose. Now there are two major groups of plants. Non-vascular plants, that is, they are also known as bryophytes. They lack connecting tissue, that is, no xylem, no phloem. So xylem and phloem are absent. No xylem and no phloem. And the body is very fragile as compared to other vascular plants. And then there is another division, that are vascular plants. They are further of two types. Either they are seedless plants and they are known as ferns, and they can be seed plants, which are conifers and flowering plants. We usually see these type of plants around us, conifers and flowering plants. So this is an overview of all the four kingdoms that are part of domain Eukarya. Let's recall it. Kingdom Protista, they are further of two types, animal like, plant like, and fungi like. Kingdom fungi, the major feature is that they are absorptive heterotrophs. Then their benefits, then there are two major groups, zygomycota and myxomycota. Difference of hyphae, one has no hyphae, no septates, and the other has septate hyphae. Kingdom Animalia, you should remember that they're ingestive type of heterotrophs and the names of their major phylums: Porifera, Nidaria, Platyhelminthes, Nematoda, Annelida, Arthropoda, Echinodermata, Dermata, and Chordata. And Kingdom Plantae, they may be vascular or they may be non-vascular. Non-vascular do not have xylem and phloem conductive system, no conducting vessels are present, and in vascular types of plants there is the presence of xylem and phloem or conductive vessels are present. Hope it is clear. I'll be sharing a short quiz on this topic, MCQs based quiz. The link will be in my description box. You can go there and take a short test on this topic. So why it is important is that you watch the video, then attempt a short question, so you get prepared about the topic fully. So go and check the link in description box.